Alright guys, before I begin the video, I just want to say that I'm recording this video a little bit over 2 weeks in advance. Why? Well, because I've been sick these past couple days and don't really know when I'll feel better. Plus, I'll also be out of town until about mid-September, so I just hope that you guys have the videos that I have planned out until then, and so yeah, enjoy the video. Yeah, we've all done it. You've talked crap about GameStop, I've talked crap about GameStop. I'm pretty sure that Trump has talked crap about GameStop. Heck, I'd say that GameStop has talked crap about GameStop. Now before you ask, no, I don't work at GameStop. I just figured that I would make this video just so everybody can see how exactly to take advantage of GameStop's trade values and make a profit off of it. Now first things first, we gotta look at this like a game. It's money after all. Just think back to that one high school money management course that you had to take, where, you had to invest in a fictional stock. Oh, I'm the only one that did that? RIP. Anyways, the first rule in placing stock into anything, really, is to be sure that the stock is valuable and trying to invest into it before it gets really big and worth a lot of money. For example, if I put stock into Nintendo, then the more money that Nintendo makes for a certain year or period of time, the more money I would make too, since I would own a bit of Nintendo. However, the same thing applies vice versa. The less money that a company would make, the less money that you would receive out of your stock. Now, GameStop trading isn't this complicated, nor should it be as frustrating when you realize that your trades were just shy of $15. But, just like the stock, it's easy to look at it like a game. Before we go into specific prices, we first got to see the best ways that you to earn more money from GameStop. First off, you get more trade-in value when you trade in for in-store credit instead of cash. Unless you absolutely need cash, GameStop trading is primarily best for when you're just going to buy something at GameStop with this credit. Secondly, you get more trade-in value depending on your account status. There's a regular customer, pros, and elite pros. Elite pros are the highest ranked, obviously, so you'll earn more bang for your buck when you trade in as an elite pro. It's $30 a year to be an elite pro, but you can easily save enough money for that via store credit, cash over the full year, or points, which we'll talk about next. If you're a pro or elite pro member, then you'll earn points. 1,000 points equals $1. If you're trading in a load of games or consoles, then you'd quickly be up in points. I think within one trade-in session, I ranked up about 20,000 points, and then I let my friends use my account when they traded in their games and consoles. That way, they made more in-store credit, but I kept the points. Within 2 weeks, I was at 60,000 points and bought a new game for free. Lastly, if you're stocking up in points, be sure to have the GameStop app. You can only redeem your points via coupons within the mobile app, so be sure to do that. Okay, now for specific prices. GameStop tends to accept higher trade-in values for games that sold really well, aged well, or were just popular. For example, the majority of Pokemon DS games, even ones that are 10 plus years old, sell around average of $20. Assuming that you're like me, lost 3 copies of Pokemon Pearl, ended up having your parents buy a 4th copy, just to find the other 3 copies a decade later, then you're looking at around $70 depending on your member status and the quality of the game cartridges. You can always check a game's value on their website. It's the smart thing to do, trust me. And yeah, there will be bad deals, but there will also be really good ones. It's also smart to set standards for your trade-in. For example, look at a scale 1 to 10 chart. It's smart to scale your games from your own viewpoint of how they're worth. If you bought a Pokemon game, for example, didn't like it, it's really smart to trade it in. If you bought a Call of Duty game, loved it, and its trade-in value is less than, say, mid-$20, then either sell it somewhere else or keep it. There's also only a handful of games that I've seen on the website that shoot above mid-20s. I don't know specifically what they were, but popular party games like Smash Bros. Or fun first-player games like Pokemon tend to always have a good-looking price, especially when you add them up. Consoles are another thing. GameStop is also a bit more strict when it comes to console trade-ins. You have to trade in every cord that operates the consoles, controllers, controller chargers if needed, and other necessary accessories like the Wii remote nunchuck. I also don't know if they take in hacked consoles or homebrewed ones, so you might want to just wipe your system out before taking it to them, just to be safe. Don't quote me on that. Like games, some consoles are just worth more than others. You can get $14 for a slim and thick PS2, whereas you can get $50 for a Wii U. Another thing to note is that consoles are only worth keeping if you have games on it worth more than the combined price of the system. In my opinion, anyway. For example, if you only owned Sonic All-Star Racing and Smash Bros. Brawl, then your Wii U probably isn't justified keeping. You may as well trade it in and your 2 games. Okay, so now that you've traded in all your games and consoles, what's next? Well, unless you just needed the cash, you should have sold everything for in-store credit. With this, you can buy pre-owned games, which gives you points by the way, gift cards, and everything else they have. If you're like me, then you kinda like the idea of having a little bit of extra cash in your game console's online store. Personally, I'm a Nintendo fanboy, so with my in-store GameStop credit, I'll buy eShop cards. You can buy whatever gift card you want for whatever consoles you want, even the Apple App Store. But since you're selling games that you originally bought at full price, it would make sense to buy games in turn of that, rather than just, plushies. Specifically for the Switch's eShop, you get these little gold coins when you buy stuff digitally. 100 gold coins equals $1, so normally you'd get about 300 gold coins when you buy a $60 game. Sure, it's not the best trade-off, but buying Breath of the Wild, Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Mario Odyssey gives you enough gold coins for a cheap indie game, and the Switch has a good chunk of great indie games. I don't know what special digital deals Xbox or PlayStation does, so you'd have to investigate that on your own, but I'd recommend investing in the eShop. Lastly, if you're in the city area of wherever it is you live, there's bound to be an older game store close by within a half-hour drive or so. Just Google it. Most of these older game stores still sell things like GameCubes and Smash Bros. Melee for full price, so they're really neat. What's super cool about them is that a good majority of them accept gift cards of rivaling local businesses like GameStop. So anytime your friends get you an IOU, have them toss you a GameStop gift card. You can either use it at those old gaming stores for older games and consoles, or maybe the amiibo that you thought you'd never see in this lifetime. Or you can use it at GameStop to buy pre-owned games for the points and gift cards. So that's pretty much it. That's all I really got for this GameStop trading tutorial. I don't normally do stuff like this, so I hope you guys are okay with it. But yeah, so I hope to see you guys when I'm back in about a month, and I'll be in full swing. The World Ends With You and Undertale should be coming out on the Switch within the month after this video comes out, so I look forward to doing some sort of video on those. But yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching. This is Jake, logging out. Peace.